Hi everybody, this is Agnes from Sediment, and today let's explore some great gift ideas for every kind of wine lover. I often say that for a true wine lover, you can never go wrong with a bottle of wine. If you know they have been searching for a specific bottle or like a certain wine style or grape variety, you can always go with that. However, sometimes my friends tell me they feel too intimidated to buy a bottle of wine for me. And on my channel, I have received a lot of comments from people saying that they have collected so much wine over the years that they will never finish all the bottles in their lifetime. So if you are looking for a gift beyond the wine bottle, I can help you with some gift ideas. I will also link all the gifts I mentioned in the description below. But before we start, I want to emphasize that I am a practical person set in my ways. I am not someone who gets excited about small gadgets, most of which are not even necessary to enjoy wine. So this is not going to be a video about random electric bottle openers or electric aerators or, God forbid, magnets claiming to create an electric field, thus making wine taste and smell better. This simple bottle opener that costs just €5 is literally my most valuable everyday wine gadget. And if you have an older bottle, you might want to look for cork puller. So let's explore great gift ideas for all kinds of wine lovers, from adventurous to practical. For adventurous wine lovers, champagne saber or set of port tongs will make a great gift. I still remember buying my first saber over 10 years ago in Sweden. I was traveling with my colleagues, and when I spotted it in the museum shop, they all tried to talk me out of it. But guess what? It became the #1 wine accessory that sommeliers and wine professionals kept asking to borrow from me. If your friend loves champagne and enjoys opening it with a bang, a saber is the safest way to do it. Much better than using a wine glass, iPhone, or even a chainsaw. Saber has a dull blade specifically designed for this purpose, so your friend will not have to risk damaging their kitchen knives. Plus, it's a great conversation starter and a fun piece to have on your hand. If, however, your friend is really fancy and happens to have a fireplace, you might even consider to get them a set of port tongs. Originally, these were made for opening old bottles of port wines where the cork had almost disintegrated after decades in the bottle, making it impossible to remove otherwise. Port tongs heat the neck of the bottle, allowing you to cleanly remove the glass top along with the cork. However, they can also be used to open champagne and makes a good party trick. It is very important to note that both of these methods involve cutting glass, so it is essential to be super cautious to avoid harming yourself or anyone nearby. So before attempting sabrage or using port tongs, make sure to watch my other videos on how to do it safely. I will link them in the description, but always remember, safety first for yourself and people around you. We wine lovers like to enjoy our wines from a beautiful glassware. For some, the shape and size matter most, and for others, it's all about the aesthetics. But one thing for sure, we all use wine glasses, and those delicate, most beautiful wine glasses tend to break over time. Whether it's due to the jolly mood late in the evening or accident during washing, drying, or polishing. Surprisingly for me, many of you have asked about the wine glass that I use in my videos. For almost all my tastings, I use the Riedel Veritas New World Syrah glass. In my opinion, its shape is one of the most versatile for all wine styles. While I am not the supporter of the idea that every wine style needs its own glass, I do think that it's a nice gesture to gift a Pinot Noir glass to a dedicated Pinot Noir lover or a Bordeaux glass to someone who loves their classic Cabernet blends. It's a thoughtful touch. For the practical white wine lover, especially if the fridge is further away from the dining table, ice bucket or wine chiller is a great gift. In my opinion, the best way to keep your wine cool is with ice. It looks elegant on the table and serves its purpose well. However, sometimes ice buckets can feel like too much fuss, so a simpler alternative is a wine chiller. I personally use brand Husky. It keeps the bottle cool and you don't need to constantly dry it off before pouring. Plus, it won't leave a water condensation on the table. For a practical wine lover with Coravin, argon gas capsules is a gift they'll truly appreciate. If your friend is a wine student, they'll value them even more. So much of our budget goes into buying wine. Trust me, I know, I study wine. There are times I spend so much on wine that I can't afford other things. That's why argon gas capsules for Coravin are always welcome and well used. More importantly, they also promote moderate alcohol consumption, as a single bottle can be enjoyed over weeks or even months. Speaking of Coravin, I very much appreciate my vintage Coravin needle. It is much thinner in diameter, making a smaller hole in the cork, which helps preserve the wine longer. I use it for all the wines, not just older vintages, as I feel it extends the life of the wine even more. So if your wine-loving friend uses Coravin frequently and has many Coravin bottles stored in their fridge, they might appreciate the vintage needle as well. The only drawback here is that it takes a little longer to fill your glass with wine. For the exploring wine lover, wine suitcase is a perfect gift. Most of my wine-loving friends regularly travel to winemaking regions, meet winemakers, taste wines, and wander through vineyards. It is simply the best way to learn about wine, hands down. On these trips, we often taste wines we have never tasted before, or find bottles that are not available in our local market. And if we find something great, we will for sure buy it. I often travel through Europe by car for this exact purpose, to bring back wines. But not always that is an option, so I must fly. That's where a wine suitcase comes in. It's a fantastic gift for any wine lover who frequently travels to wine destinations. I use Lausanne wine suitcase and it is incredibly practical. Even when fully packed with wine bottles, I was surprised to find there was still room to pack extra items for myself. Of course, a wine suitcase is an expensive gift, so if you are on a budget, consider these puffy wine sleeves instead. Before I owned a wine suitcase, I regularly used wine sleeves to transport bottles. I used them so often that they disintegrated at some point. And since I'm a very cautious person, I would always wrap my wine bottles in a used t-shirt before securing them in the sleeves, just to be extra safe. Before we move on, I wanted to say that I managed to get a discount code for Lausanne suitcase. You can find it in the description below if you are interested. I truly believe that one of the greatest gifts is a book. Educational reads, however, can sometimes be quite expensive, so helping to fill their bookshelf is always a thoughtful gesture. There are few books that I keep close to me at all times, and the wear of the soft cover shows just how much I use them. One such book is Wines of Piemonte by David Way. It is a great read not just for those who love Piemonte, but anyone who is interested in wine. In the introductory part, he beautifully explains many aspects of grapes and winemaking that too many people have made unnecessarily complicated. Another book that is almost always by my side when I'm studying is Yanagata, Native Wine Grapes of Italy. He presents his arguments in a scientific manner, but at the same time writes so deliciously that despite it being written more like an encyclopedia with a chapter for each grape, it can be read as a regular book from cover to cover. But before I let you go, here is an extra tip: wine region maps. These will make fantastic gift to any wine lover. You can order 2D wine region maps framed or frame yourself. Or for something even more striking, you can find 3D maps that will show the terrain of the region. They have helped me a lot in my wine studies, giving me a better understanding of regions and vineyards. And furthermore, makes a great interior addition on empty walls. So these are gift ideas that I, as a wine lover, think are fantastic. But I am sure I have missed something, so let me know in the comments what wine-related gifts you would like to receive. If you like this video, you might like the next one as well.